Hello friends, and welcome back to another video. My name is Amanda and welcome to my kitchen. In today's video we are going to be making a pot pie, and since it's going to be a vegan pot pie, we're going to be using chickpeas as our protein source. So we're going to be making a chickpea pot pie, which is a perfect option for meal prepping, for dinner for the week, or to feed a family. It's warm and cozy and delicious, and I hope you guys like it. So let's get started. All right, friends, so what we'll need for this recipe is 2 pre-baked pie crusts, or you could make your own, but we're gonna make this easy on ourselves today. 2 cans of chickpeas, 1 medium yellow onion, about 4 to 6 cloves of minced garlic, 2 medium-sized russet potato, or those aren't russet, just kidding, these are golden potatoes. We're gonna do 1 not chicken bouillon cube, and for spices, we are going to use sage, rosemary, thyme, garlic powder, onion powder, and paprika. And then I am going to take another shortcut and use these frozen mixed vegetables. I'm just going to pick out the green beans because I don't think I want green beans in my pot pie. We're also going to need some vegan butter and non-dairy milk and a little bit of flour to make this all come together. First thing we're going to do is preheat our oven to 425. And the reason we are preheating our oven is because the very first step, obviously after preheating the oven, is we are going to par bake our pre-made pie crust. So I just had this sit out on the counter for about 10 minutes just to kind of let it become a little bit malleable. And then I'm just going to very gently press this into the pie pan and make sure that it is nice and flat up against the sides. Once it is nice and kind of smushed in there, I'm just going to go and prick the bottom with a fork a few times just so any steam can release. So we are going to pop our prepped crust in our preheated oven on a cookie sheet, and we are going to bake that for about 5 to 7 minutes. And while our crust is pre-baking, we're going to measure out our spices and the rest of our ingredients. So for spices, we're going to need a half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of pepper, 1 teaspoon of thyme, half a teaspoon of sage, quarter teaspoon of rosemary, half teaspoon of garlic powder and onion powder, and then a quarter teaspoon of smoked paprika. And then we will add that in at a later time. If not already, mince your 4 to 6 cloves of garlic and dice your potatoes and onion. And if you're like me, take the green beans out of your mixed veggies. We are actually going to be making the cream of sauce for this pot pie so it can sit and have time to thicken. So we'll need 2 cups of soy milk, a quarter cup of all-purpose flour, which I sifted the flour just so it's easier to whisk, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and then we're also going to add in our bouillon cube here just to kind of infuse that flavor. So into our pan, we're going to add our 2 cups of soy milk, 1/4 cup of flour, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, and our not chicken bouillon cube. We're going to whisk this all together to combine and turn our heat to medium. And you want to kind of break up that bouillon cube. Honestly, I should have crumbled it in, but I wasn't thinking. I just tossed it in there. And essentially, we're just going to whisk this and heat this through till it starts to thicken up. It shouldn't take too terribly long, about 5 minutes or so, but I will have the exact timing in the description box below. But essentially, we're going to just kind of whisk this together till there are no more flour clumps left in our mixture and it starts to thicken up. I know it's probably kind of hard to tell on camera, but it has only been 5 minutes and you can tell that this sauce is really starting to thicken up. It used to just be milk, and this is good. So after about 5 minutes, we can turn it off the heat and set it aside. So our crust has pre-baked for about 10 minutes. So I'm going to take that out and let that sit. Now that our sauce is made and our pie crust just came out of the oven, we are going to be working on the filling. So I have 2 tablespoons of vegan butter, which I have melted on just a very low heat. Then we are going to go in with our onion and bump the heat up to medium. Add just a pinch of salt. And then we are going to saute the onion for about 5 minutes, just until it starts to become translucent. So our onions have been cooking down for about 5 minutes. You can see they're definitely starting to get much clearer in color. We're going to go in with our garlic and let that cook for about a minute. We're going to continue to saute this for that minute, just stirring it around a little bit to get it all incorporated. Next, we are going in with our diced yellow potatoes. Just kind of add that in there. And I'm going to add a couple tablespoons of water. Then I'm going to put the lid on and allow this to kind of steam for, I don't know, until they're starting to get tender. We're going to start with 5 minutes and we'll shift back. All right, so it has been about 5 minutes and our potatoes are pre-steamed, and I think I'm going to let them go for just a few more minutes. I just wanted to give everything a toss to make sure the onions and garlic were not burning to the bottom. So I'm going to cover this up and let it go for a few more minutes. All right, so things are getting steamy in here. We're going to go in with our spices, and again, I will pop up those measurements up on the screen here, and we are just going to kind of saute this for about 30 seconds. That was a dumb spot for the lid. Just to kind of bloom the spices and get everything coated and incorporated. And then after about 30 seconds, we're going to add in the rest of our ingredients here. And we're just gonna stir this, combine everything, coating the potatoes and onions. It smells so good already. I could just eat this, honestly. All right, so now that we got our spices in there, we're gonna go in with our shortcut frozen veggie mixture here. Our 2 cans of rinsed and drained chickpeas. Give that a stir to combine everything. And once that is all combined, we're gonna go in with our sauce that has cooled slightly and definitely thickened up. You could totally see it's kind of like a cream of soup now, which was what we were going for. I'm going to turn off the heat here for our pan and just stir everything until it is nice and combined. Our filling is nice and combined. And now we are ready to fill our crust. We're simply just going to spoon our filling mixture right into our crust. Smooth it out as we go until our pie crust is completely full. And as you can see, I made too much filling, so I did adjust the recipe notes below. You could probably try and pile this on, but it might overflow, and I did not want to do that. So once the pie crust is nice and full, you're going to take your second crust and just drape it over the top. And I just had this sit out for about 5 minutes, and then just kind of gently press it down kind of around that mound of filling so it made contact with the par baked crust. And you know, I'm not like a pie girl. Like, this is something that I'm still figuring out how to do well. So if you have a better way to make the crust look nice, please do that. But all I did was kind of fold it over and smush it into the side of the pan to kind of seal it, and then used my fingers to kind of try and crimp it. And you know what? it's gonna be delicious, so I'm not really too worried about how it looks, to be totally honest. So as long as it's on there, that's all that matters. But what does matter, what is important, is that you make a few slits on the top. I just did a little X. This is for venting, so it doesn't literally explode while it's in the oven. And then loosely cover your pot pie with tin foil and bake that in the oven for 15 minutes at the 425. When that is done, remove the pie, or not, well, yeah, you remove the pie from the oven and then take off the tin foil, and then that's going to bake in for at least 15 minutes or until the crust is brown to your liking. And that's it. Let it rest for about at least 5 minutes so the filling can kind of set, and then slice in and enjoy. This was absolutely fire. So I just wanted to pop back in here as we end this video and thank you guys for tuning in and staying till the end. I hope you guys enjoyed this chickpea pot pie recipe. Let me know what you think of it down in the comment section below. Or, I'd love to hear what your favorite cozy meal prep options are, or just foods for this type of year. I live in Illinois, so it's starting to get kind of cold, and I really love making hearty, cozy meals just to kind of embrace the cold, even though I don't like the cold, but I do love the cozy food that comes with this type of year. So I just wanted to say a quick thank you for watching this video. If you don't mind hitting that thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, share this video with your friends, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next one. Bye for now.